Hi, I'm Bybreen and welcome back to another episode of Soulstone Astrology, where I'm sharing my sun sign series, and today it's the sun in Libra. So a key phrase with Libra is I balance, and other words associated with it are harmony, as well as being objective and companionship. So Libra is a cardinal air sign. So cardinality means there's an aspect of your personality that likes to initiate things, to keep things moving, and to really keep yourself or recognize yourself as a self-starter. So in terms of it being an air sign, it's got a mercurial quality, but it's very much driven through with Venusian overtones. So it's a sense of beauty and grace and loving and longing and yearning, as well as having this sense of peace within your relationships and appreciating the aesthetics that lie around you. So when we think of the symbol associated with Libra, it's an inanimate object. It's scales, which indicates you're always balancing, oscillating between which decision you should take and at some level procrastinating on making the actual decision. So if we go back and look at the goddess Aphrodite, now she is a motherless goddess, meaning that she was actually born from the castrated penis of her father Uranus. So she was born into the ocean, born into water, and so she lived, as she was born, into the unconscious realm, into the world of feelings. However, she had to make a decision as to whether she was going to remain in the water or take her first breath and move into air. Obviously, she moved into air, which then presented her with her first conundrum. It's about making a decision. And so with you, with Libran sun or rising sign, there's sometimes where you will feel pulled between making the right decision. Whereas with Aries, which opposes Libra, would make decisions based on the facts. It would evaluate the facts, go through, sift, make a decision very decisively, and then moves into action. Whereas with Libra, you're looking at all the facts and you're pondering and you're thinking because you want to make the right decision for yourself as well as for other people. So you're trying to bring this sense of balance and harmony. Now, there's another part to that, to the scales. So you want a sense of equality and justice because you've got Saturn, which is exalted in Libra. But then the other face of Libra is that you're on this quest, you're on this search for your other half, for your soulmate. You're searching for your soulmate. Because you believe in your soulmate, you will find true completion, harmony and balance, which could be an indication as to an element of weakness within your particular characteristics. Because if we go back also to Aries, which is in the first house of I, defining who you are, it's about understanding what are your own traits and qualities and preferences and likes and dislikes. And Aries and Mars will pull you towards identifying what those things are, because you're in danger of actually subsuming yourself within your relationship, so much so that you take on the qualities and the characteristics of your partner. Then somewhere down the road, if it's not with your partner, it could be with your peer group, your family, but somewhere down the road you're going to have this moment, an epiphany, and wake up and think, how did I end up in compromising or codependent relationships? And another question is, where else could I learn to develop my sense of independence? So if we think about the goddesses of Aries as well as Libra, so we've got Athena who rules Aries, and her image is about being dressed in battle gear. She's ready to go to war, which ties in with the Martian qualities because Mars rules Aries. But if we come back to Libra, Libra is ruled by Aphrodite, and her image is her holding a mirror, staring longingly into the mirror. So there's an aspect of your personality where you could be quite vain, but also you're trying to balance yourself and think, well, I am beautiful. There is a recognition of beauty of yourself and everything else around you. But you've got to be careful that you don't come across or appear to be superficial, and because you're actually hiding your insecurity and your fears around going into the feeling realm. So part of your journey is to move beyond this kind of cool, objective approach to life, which is really celebrated within a society. You know, the very academic mind, being objective and being able to be very rational about your decisions. And it's about moving more into the feeling side, because don't forget, Aphrodite is both air and water. She was born into water but operates in this very air-driven world, which can be great in terms of your world of work, being cool and clinical and objective. But in your world of relationships, what's required is the warmth, is the intimacy, is the grace. And sometimes when you are in relationships, once you've been able to attract your ideal mate and you've attracted them using this very warm personality, when you're in the relationship, they may experience you as somebody who's quite cool and distant and aloof. And so what you're trying to do there is to balance those different parts of you. Go back to your scales, go back and think, well, what do they represent? Because when we're looking at Libra, Libra opposes Aries. And so you've got that dichotomy. You've got the self-assertion together with compromise. You've got the first house and you've got the seventh house, the house of me and the house of the other. You've got the spring equinox and you've got the autumn equinox. And given that Libra takes place within the autumn equinox, it's about pulling into yourself and understanding what it is that you truly value. Because once you are able to identify what is yours, you are then able to operate far more harmoniously and openly and lovingly within your relationships. Which brings me to the question of the day. What actions or what steps can you take to become more assertive, but to do it in a very gracious and refined way? Put your answers in the comment box below. You know, I always love to connect with you, and I hope that you all start connecting with each other. Feel free to share this episode with others in your network. You can also like and subscribe to my channel, and you can add this episode to your personal playlist. So until I see you again, stay well. I will see you again on the next episode, where I'll be talking about the Sun in Scorpio. Stay well.